So I want to I've been putting this off. I've been putting off doing this video. I was going to do this video last year, around the end of last year, when I was deciding to kind of change my path, because I had a lot of revelations. Now, I don't know what these revelations mean, and maybe they don't mean anything. In fact, I want to give that disclaimer because that's what you're supposed to do in this simulation. This is something that I experienced last year. It was a revelation that came through to me. Now, whether or not this ever happens, I don't know. Whether or not this is the truth, I don't know. Disclaimer. But I do know that I was afraid to put it out, and I'm not now. Last year, I had this revelation, and it had to do with trafficking and chipping. It had to do with pushing an agenda, and basically what I was seeing was, let's make trafficking more abundantly clear. Not that it hasn't always been as bad as it is right now, it's just it hasn't been brought to the forefront. So I had this revelation that it was going to be brought to the forefront, like heavily trafficking was going to be brought, like it's going to be pushed in the faces of everyone. It's going to be shown how much of a problem it is. It's going to be shown how close they are in vicinity to your home, your own home, where you live with your children, your grandchildren, your family, whoever, right? Pushing these agendas, showing you can't trust anywhere, you can't, you never know what's going to happen. They're everywhere, they're watching, they're seeking your children. Of course they are. This has been happening since the beginning of time, and it's continuing to happen. It's no more worse now than it has been. It's just being brought to the forefront. There are reasons behind this. There are reasons that all of a sudden now specific officials around the world are all of a sudden finding people, groups, whatever, doing these horrific things, and they're saving the world. They're saving the day. They're saving the children. They're saving us from bad things happening to our children, because they're getting these people off the streets, right? This is the agenda. This is the revelation that I had. But it still doesn't fix the problem, right? It doesn't matter how many groups of these sick fucks that you find. It doesn't matter. They've already known they were there. It's just a matter of bringing attention to it. Do you think they don't know where we are right now? They know where we all are. They know where everyone is. The thing about it is it didn't serve a point to bring it forward before. It's a strategy. Remember, again, disclaimer, this is only in my revelation last year. This doesn't mean this is what's happening or what's going to happen, right? Anyway, so what happens when you push that out, when you show people, when you start showing people really how bad something is? Not that it's just now getting bad, but you're showing them now. They're going to believe that it's just now getting this bad, that it's like, oh no, it's been this way. But what happens when it's pushed out there, when it's finally shown? Panic. Panic sets in. Everybody wants to clearly protect what they love. And in this situation, I mean their children, their loved ones, their grandchildren. We're going to want to do anything and everything we can. And who would know that? Well, people in power. They have children too. But they're a different kind of protected. You get a whole bunch of people in power who know that the one thing that people on earth would fight for are what? Their children. I mean, look what we do for our animals. And what are they doing to animals? What have they been doing to animals? Chipping our animals. Because we don't want to lose our animals. We want to know where they are. So why not push an agenda? Why not show something, how bad something is? Not that it's new, but why not show how bad it is so that we can have our way? If we scare you into something, the number one thing that everyone cares about are people that have hearts. Children. Our children, other people's children, children in general. And when people in power in organizations and groups that are seeking more power, when they see this, here's the thing, if you want to overcome someone, or if you want to overcome a people, or if you want to overcome an enemy, you have to find their weakness, their weak spot. What is one thing that every single human being that has a heart has in common? Not everybody loves their mom and dad. You can't just say family. Not everybody has a family. Not everybody loves their family. Not everybody loves their children, but the majority of people, if you were to pick one out of those, it would be our kids, or anyone's kids. So in this revelation, it became abundantly clear that there was once there is an agenda pushed far enough to where an entire people are terrified to lose the one thing that matters the most to them, they would be willing to do anything to keep control of that. And if it means chipping our children, I mean, for the most part, they already make vaccines mandatory. And we live in a simulation. We live here in this place where it's like, be scared. Be scared to see the truth, and God, you better really be scared if you say it. We live in a space where we do things out of fear. And now all of a sudden, all these, and it's like, how do we not see this? Random side thing. I have never voted, and I will never vote. In my opinion, it's a crock of shit. Henry Ford. If you always do what you've always done, then you always get what you always got. Says Henry Ford said that. But, so my point being, since people started voting, it's been a thing, right? What happens if no one voted at all? That wouldn't happen because you'd have people that would go against it. But we've already done the whole voting thing. What if everyone stopped voting at the same time? I'm not pushing that. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying, what would happen? Do votes really matter? I guess we would see then, wouldn't we? If nobody voted at all, then we would see that, does it really matter? Would there still be people in power? Would there still be things going on? Ooh, I wonder what would be going on if no one fed into this. And then you got people actually believing that there's two different sides. There's no two different sides in the government. In whatever government, they're all working together. There's no two different sides. They make you believe that it's two different sides because we're all divided as a people. And so they have to, give you options here. But ultimately, at the end of the day, all of it is corrupt. Every single bit of it, none of it's real. It's all false power, fake power. It doesn't really lead us anywhere. And the same shit continues to happen. But what happens if we completely change what we've always done? But that's not going to happen. There wouldn't be a need to get mix-ups with votes and this and that. I mean, wouldn't that be crazy? I'm serious. Think about it. If no one on earth, period, wherever you vote for people in powerful positions, wherever you go to vote, I know in America we do it, vote for people in powerful positions, what happens? What would happen? Would it still go on? They want you to believe that they're in power, but it's the people that are in the power. But instead, it's like this there's like more of us and less of them. But because we actually believe as a people that they're doing something for us, doing what? Doing what? I'm just gonna post it. I'm gonna post it. I want to talk about something else really quick before I go. I was paying attention in the store last night, and I'm like, it felt weird in my grocery store. It felt really weird. The energy was off. You know how everything has a vibration. Everything has an energy. I mean, literally everything has energy. And so I was just looking at the food. I was going down each aisle, looking at the food, looking at everything aside from food. But the food was a big focal point for me, especially the meat. I could feel the energy coming off of the meat. It almost felt sick. I don't know. And maybe there's something big about that too. Like, I don't know if you guys are feeling sick when you eat or if this is something coming up, but I do. I have recently, I've only been wanting fruits. I've been craving foods. Like, I get sick. I'm like, I don't fit. It's not the eating disorder. I'm saying it's like something else, guys. It's something wrong with the food, or it's something, I'm telling you, like, you can feel it coming off the food. You can walk down the aisles, you can look at the meat and be like, this just feels wrong. Something's wrong. You can literally feel the energy seeping through the skin. I don't know if this is a spiritual gift that I'm opening up, maybe I'm the only one feeling this right at this moment. So just let me know if you don't go into a grocery store and feel energy off of the food, but I'm feeling it. I know that's a spiritual gift. And I do have some of them, but maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm getting a new spiritual gift, or maybe I'm opening a new spiritual gift. All right, here it is. So as far as the clairs that I know for sure I have clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. So it's a pretty good bit of clairs that I know for sure that I have. But I think I may be getting another one, because that's the only thing I can think about, unless I'm just fucking losing it. But I mean, aren't we all? What is this even? What the fuck is this? I'm sitting here thinking about the meat, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe that's a thing. Like, well, I could touch it. And even some of them I didn't want to touch. Like, I didn't even want to touch the chicken. And my kids love chicken. I gotta cook chicken. I gotta cook meat for them. But it's like, I didn't even want to touch it. I was like, ugh. Like, you know? But the food that I did touch, that I picked up and held in my hands, I'm telling you right now, I could feel. It's almost like I could feel the fucking animal. Like, I could feel the animal before it died. And I'm like, what did you see? What do you know that I don't know? What do you know that none of us know? What the hell? It's like I could feel the animal that was attached to that fucking meat before it died. Weird. And now that I'm looking up the clairs, it's a real thing. It's called Clair Tangency, also known as psychometry. Clair Tangency is the ability to gather information or impressions by touching or holding an object. Clairtangents may receive insights, emotions, and images related to the object's history or owner. I feel like I'm gonna fucking throw up right now. Oh, I got chills. This video is not just for me. This video is for people watching too. Maybe not for everybody watching, but it's definitely for some people watching, and you know it. If you're watching, you would know. You would know if this is for you. Some of you have that gift. You either know you have that gift, you already have some of the other Claire's gifts. You can see things, you can smell things, you can hear things, you can pick things up. These are people with really strong psychic abilities, whether people believe in it or not. There's no way that you know the shit that you know, just pulling it out of your ass. Some of you have this Claire ability. Maybe you did not know it, Clair Tangency, because apparently they're telling me right now, this is on this video, you're catching me saying it. I'm being told by my guides I have that gift and I did not know. Which is probably why I feel certain ways around people, why I can't keep certain objects around me. I feel weird. Like, there are times, I'm not even shitting you, I'll be sitting in my room and something will be like, I need to throw that away. I need to throw that away. I don't know why. It's just a vibe. It's a feeling. It's like, I need to get rid of that. Like, something will tell you to start getting rid of something, move it out of your space. I don't want to go off on a tangent here. I want to talk about the grocery store. And the thing is, how do you translate any of this to people? How do you get this out? Like, how do you find the words? And we pray about it, right? Like, you pray about it and say, you know, God, or whoever you believe in, God, in my case, God, give me the strength and the words to be able to communicate whatever this is that I'm feeling. But then it's like, at the end of the day, you're terrified to even say shit, because we don't live in a society of truth, and we certainly aren't ruled by people who want other people to know things. I'm going to get off here and meditate, ground my energy, and then I'm going to come back on here and do a channeled message if I feel called to. I do feel called right now, as far as now, but I don't know what I'm going to be experiencing in the next little bit. So, nor do any of you. We don't know, right? We don't know. There's no guarantees. But for now, I have to ground myself, because I just needed to get this out. And like I said, some of this is newer revelations I've had, like the grocery store and the meat and the food and just the whole overall energy. It made me sick. If any of you have spiritual abilities or psychic abilities that are just now being shown to you, or maybe you already knew it but they're strengthening, you could be going through like ascension symptoms. You could be feeling a whole plethora of crazy things, random things, new things. You may even be sick or think you're getting sick. This is all something that's coming to me right now to tell you, because it's happening to me, and I didn't even realize it until I started this video and started talking. I'm like, oh my God, I have that gift. I didn't even realize I had it. And what you ask for, you receive. And I've been asking Spirit, like, whatever gifts I have, bring them to me. Show me them and allow me to be able to use them. Allow me. And it's funny that I ask for that and then I totally forget about it. And now all of a sudden I'm realizing that I have this gift where Clair Tangency, where I can touch an object. And I mean, I'm getting images in my head right now of when I didn't even want to touch the damn chicken. I didn't want to touch it. It's like I could see men in suits. Like I could see men in suits, men in suits, men in suits, men in suits, men in suits. Something about Minnesota. I could see something about men in suits. Something about Minnesota. What's a Mennonite? I'm hearing Mennonite. Oh, we're gonna start channeling. I'm not getting into channeling right now. I'm gonna have to get off the video and I'll do a channeling. But what's a Mennonite? Mennonite. It says they're similar to Amish. I don't know. We'll channel that in the next one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get off here.